Take that, Sarah. You thought you could just make this video quick and no one would notice? Well, guess what? I noticed, and I will now summon the powers of Twitter.com to destroy thee! In all seriousness, here's the rundown. Keyblade Master did a collection of commentaries on 4 videos, with only the ones on Dwebly and Rowan Academia 185 being of any note. Dwebly's video being on I Hate Everything's video on Suicide Squad, and Rowan Academia's video being about Realm Wars' commentary on something. It's not really that important. What do you want, a full-on fucking essay? Then SynthMap went ahead and covered that video, which led to Ceradust doing a video on that, so without further ado, let's begin this bullshit.
You can get 99 kids, or you can just fucking chicken.
I really don't get much pleasure in saying this. If you think that Suicide Squad is a well-rounded, great piece of cinema, you are wrong. You are very wrong.
But I'm not done yet.
So all in all, I think it is perfectly okay to enjoy this movie if you want. More power to you. It's just that if you tell me that you enjoy this movie on any level other than, yeah, I know it's completely flawed, broken, poorly written, pretty terrible in every way, but I still enjoyed it, and I'm sorry, but you have absolutely no critical capability for what makes a well-rounded, well-made film.
This could have been a joke, but the lack of exaggeration in your voice just makes this come off as if you're actually legitimately thinking this. Which, if you are, that's dumb. That's really dumb. Overall, this is stupid.
You know, not everybody needs to have a change in inflection to indicate that they're joking, because there's a wonderful thing people like to do called listening to what's being said. If I told someone to eat a watermelon in a deadpan tone, would I actually be telling someone to eat a whole watermelon, or would I just be saying something sarcastic? Heck, I can even argue that depending on how it's done, having a change in inflection would weaken the joke, since the change could come off as annoying.
Yes, but does this apply to IHE in any way? And if so, how? As you don't explain it, you just say, some people don't need it, lol. As well, yes, some jokes need a more natural voice, some jokes need an exaggerated voice. Just saying not all jokes need it doesn't actually debunk anything.
You know, you gotta love how he gets on the key for not explaining why some jokes don't need an exaggerated tone, and then immediately after that goes on to say that some people need an exaggerated tone without explaining himself. For the love of God, Mab, you should know better than this. This is basic debate 101, man. Present evidence, then take your claim as face value.
But does he really need to do that? Like, yeah, he did bring up how some jokes need a more exaggerated tone, but that isn't the main crux of his argument, as his point was that Keyblade didn't explain how what he said applied to IHE, so the fact that Mav didn't explain how some jokes need an exaggerated tone wouldn't really hurt his point in the long run. Hell, I can argue that Mav wasn't even denying the fact that jokes can be made with a natural voice, just that he didn't explain what made IHE's joke work with a natural voice. Could he have explained? I don't know, maybe. But my point still stands that it really isn't all that important to his argument.
3 chances to make a match and watch kids get shot live.
Wow, what a shitty intro you've got for your videos. Oh, by the way, before I begin with the actual commentary, I'd like people to see, I know that people notice, yes, my studio has changed. You can credit for the studio design to Shinsen. The link is in the description box, so yeah, please credit him for the studio, because it is awesome.
Okay, your new studio does look good. But I think you should address that during the intro to your commentary, not when you're starting the video that you're commenting on, because we know, we can see it for ourselves. If you say something like your studio redesign now, it's kinda late for you to bring up the obvious.
I have several issues with this video. For starters, why does this video exist? Why on earth did you think it would be a good idea to cover a video from 2010, especially when the creator has vastly improved since this video's release?
And now I have a point against Key. Key, you do realize that you failed to show in what aspects of Realm Wars has improved since this video came out, right? Not everyone in your audience has watched Realm's content, so those people will more than likely ask, wait, has he? But even ignoring the lack of examples, just because Realm greatly improved in their video since then, that doesn't mean that Realm doesn't have the issue that Rowan pointed out, because for all we know, Realm could still be pointing out obvious shit at the beginning of videos to this day, and we just don't know it because of aliens or some shit. Now granted, Rowan doesn't demonstrate how Realm's problem of pointing out obvious shit affects his current content, but even ignoring how commentaries aren't just made for the respondee and could be learned by other people wanting to do comms, you don't demonstrate how Realm doesn't have this problem anymore.
Why does this video exist? Why is your sole point in this video to say, you should have said this at the beginning, when technically speaking, as the comm hasn't even started yet? Which as a result makes this one shot just come off as you nitpicking for potatoes, I guess. And the biggest question in this room, why does this video exist?
Also a bit of editing advice, but this clip drags on for too long. Not to mention, you only need to play up until Key asks why he covered an older video, as you don't cover his other point whatsoever.
Yeah, let's just check the original video.
Another issue, if you watch Rum's video, he explained all the context and started the person he was covering's video at 1 minute and 33 seconds. And he then interrupted his first point he started making to bring up the new background. Rowan's point is that it would have been better to address this in the introduction. Just because he didn't technically start the comm, that doesn't mean the placement isn't poor or flow breaking.
Whoop whoop, busted, motherfucker! What the fuck? Why did I say that? Why am I still living? Now sure, I will say that Mav could have sped up the clip or cut out the joke that Key made in order to make his video flow better. However, you say that he doesn't cover the other point whatsoever, which is kinda dishonest on your end.
Okay, let's start with the biggest issue, which is an issue I've been having with a lot of your other comms. Why does it matter that he's covering an old video? So what? Can't he just cover something for fun? It's kind of irritating as you don't bring up why this is an issue outside of the creator improved.
No? Mind you, I'll still stand on the hill of covering an older video not being inherently a bad thing until the day my legs give in, but I will admit that it doesn't work as well when the creator's newer content shows improvement from the mistakes made in the older videos, essentially making the video redundant to the creator of the video.
I mean, sure, if we're going under the assumption of what Key's saying is correct, then yeah, it would be redundant to the creator. However, it can also apply to those who want to learn from the mistakes of Realm's video. And guess what? Mav brings this up as well as other things in his video.
So what? Can't he just cover something for fun? It's kind of irritating as you don't bring up why this is an issue outside of the creator improved. Which, why is that a reason for someone not to cover the video? Can't other people learn from the issues that are in this video? Did he act like he stands behind the video? Did he act like he's the exact same quality? I don't know. You're so vague on why this is an issue that I can't tell.
So taking this into consideration, Rowan's video wouldn't just be for Realm to learn from specifically. Anyways, that's all I have to say. This has been Slayer, signing out.
My delusions of grandeur made me think I could have